That's a very difficult word. Atiyariwafa Bank.
Yeah,
it's correct. Okay, which is the first bank of Morocco. In addition, he gained experience with the Moroccan Authority of Capital Markets and as a professional at CDG Capital, which is an important investment bank in Morocco, as the director of corporate finance. And since 2019, he holds the position of corporate finance managed performance director at ONCF. There he is responsible for investments and funding management of strategic projects. Please.
First of all, please excuse my English. That's not very good, but I will try. I will try anyway. I think we will understand each other's since I think we all speak the same language, the railway language. So I'm happy to share with you ONCF's experience in green financing. We carried out our first issue on green bonds in last July for an amount of 1 billion dirhams, 100 euros. And we are each time proud to recall that it was the first green issue in the infrastructure sector in Morocco and the first one in the mobility sector in Africa. While the transport sector represents almost 20% of all green bonds issued on the world, which shows how far we still have to go, especially in our continent. So first, ONCF, in few words, we are the Moroccan railway company. We are the only rail transport operator in the passenger and freight segments. And we are also the manager of the whole infrastructure. So ONCF ranks the first in Africa and 33 worldwide in terms of quality of infrastructure. Morocco is the first African country to build a high-speed line. We are certified to ISO for quality, environment and energy efficiency. And we, ONCF, are the president of UIC Africa since 2010. So in the last 10 years, ONCF has reached a milestone with major investments, more than 5 billion euros, with in particular our FAR project, the high-speed line between two cities, Tangiers and Kenitra, for 200 kilometers. That's the first project of a high-speed master plan for more than 500 kilometers. That project was inaugurated at the end of 2018 with the world socio-dynamic around it. So I think everyone has already insisted on issues and challenges on climate change and about the fact that we as railway companies act in sector which is essentially a green sector. Right, is a mass and electric mode of transport with a lot of benefit compared to other transport mode. In this context, ONCF has launched since 2015 a real CSR strategy approved by General Management of the Office, including an environmental management system according to international standards, a carbon print adopted since 2015, and the first ESG report published in 2016. In addition to that, one last major event that since January 2022, our high-speed trains have been running by green wind energy that represent 25% of energy of ONCF energy consumptions. And we aim to attain 100 of green wind energy for all our train in the 2 next years. So all of this meant that we had to explore green financing options, especially that we could see all the dynamics are in this segment, especially on the international side, all DFIs who finance our projects beginning to demand on these aspects. So we decided to get started and start with the first operation, the first green bond, our first green bond on the local markets, in order to put up in place all the organization and the necessary requirements for green financing. An issue of green bonds requires preparation, a framework, internal organization. The ultimate goal is to guarantee the allocation of funds raised to green projects. So for this first operation, for us, we choose to do it simply by backing our green bonds with debt refinancing relating to our high-speed projects. We have put all the necessary requirements and commitments in the reference document, the framework of our green bonds. That was a document that includes all the rules put in place, evaluation of program management, allocation of funds, reporting, etc. So main lesson that we learned by doing this exercise was that we realized that all this framework was already done somewhere, but in unstructured way. I think that must be the case of several actors. We have a lot of projects with a strong climate dimension. We have CSR strategy, we have indicators. So we just had to set up a structured approach, validated and opposable to third parties. Another topic that also was discussed a lot before launching our operation was what would we gain through a green bond programs. In a purely financial logic, the certification process costs money, and ultimately the exit conditions in terms of spread are the same, at least on the Moroccan markets. So we were lucky to have a grant from FSD Africa, an English fund that helped in maturation of African financial markets. But even if without this grant, we would do our operation, because operation had a lot of benefits for us. First, we talk about gain in spread, but we think that CSR requirements will, in the near future, be discriminating for access to capital markets. It will be no more question of spread, but of go or no go for investors. For our case, we were in discussion. We carried out our operation in very complicated market context, with a lack of visibility on the evolution of rates. We had been in discussion with the market since January, and I think that that's the green component of our operation, which allowed us to make this exit in July under satisfactory conditions. Also, with this green component, we were able to attract for the first time a foreign investor, the EBRD, which make it possible to give credibility to our approach and to our operation. The second thing, in terms of image, even if we don't do green just for image, but it's extremely important. Since last July, we have started to be on the radars of several foreign actors. We are strongly solicited by various partners with offers of technical assistance, partnership, financing, which give us other ideas for the future and open us up other perspectives. And so this big effects and this dynamic created by green programs is considerable. Finally, it pushes us to continue with our CSR approach, because we have made commitments and we are accountable, which means that we will be in process of continuous improvement, and that's also the meaning we give to our work and to daily work of the team, which is so important. Thank you for your attention. And finally, I just would say that I look forward to see you all next week in Morocco. We host the International Congress of High Speed in Morocco next week in Marrakesh. So we will be happy to welcome you all next week in Morocco. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Oussama. Stay one more minute, please. Is there any questions specifically for Oussama on his presentation? Okay, maybe from the people online. No questions? Okay, then you can take a seat.